Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So today we will be covering chapter number 10, slok number 8. So let's see the shloka and the translation. Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam prabha vartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their heart. So this shloka is also known as Chatur Shloki Bhagavad-gītā, right? So apart from that, which are the other shlokas which is part of the Chatur Shloka?
10.9, 10.10, 10.11, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So as Chatur means 4, right? Chatur Shloka. 8, 9, 10, 11. So this from chapter number 10th is actually called as the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So here Krishna is saying he is the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of all spiritual and material world. So he's saying I am the source, the actual source from where everything actually begins. All the spiritual as well as the material world. So right now we are in the material world, right? And the spiritual world is many, many times bigger than material world. Mata sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me and operates due to me. And then the third line, iti matva bhajante ma. Those who know this engage in my devotion service. So actually who is convinced about this will definitely attract towards and engaged in Lord's devotional service. Buddha bhava samanvita. Buddha means the wise man. And opposite of Buddha means mudha, the foolish. So here say Buddha bhava samanvita. Such wise person or wise people lovingly worship me with their heart. So this first two lines, aham sarvasya prava bhavo. So there is a story of a great rishi sage called Markandeya. So you might have heard about this in Bhagavatam, canto number 12. So one day he got a Lord blessing. So he was a very great devotee of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna, he was very pleased with his prayers. He was very pleased with his prayers. And he appeared in front of Markandeya and he asked me, please ask for any blessing. And in reply, Markandeya, he asked for showing his divine power. That is nothing but the Maya. So he asked Lord Krishna, please show me your divine power that tricks the whole world into forgetting you, right? So actually we are also living in Maya. And when you live in Maya, you actually forget everything, right? So we are so forgetful that if somebody asks tomorrow what we have taken for breakfast or lunch, we have to think. So this is the effect of Maya. We forget everything. So Markandeya Muni, he asked Lord, you show me your divine power that tricks the world into forgetting everything. And Krishna smiled. He said yes, and then he left from that place. Then what happened one day, Markandeya Muni he was praying. He was just doing his regular meditation. He was praying, and suddenly there is a storm. And that storm was so intense that it flooded the entire universe. Complete ocean swallowed mountains, skies, and stars. Everyone was drawn. But only this Markandeya Muni, he survived. So Markandeya Muni, only he was survived. So he saw that everything in darkness, and he was actually floating. He was floating in the endless dark water. Everything was dark, and it was like millions and millions of years passed. So he was completely lost. Everywhere it was dark water, and he was hungry and he was very thirsty. And the sea water, it was chasing him, and he was trying to survive somewhere. He was lost and he was very much afraid. And that in that dark ocean, he saw there was a small island. And inside that island, there is a banyan tree. And then he saw that in that banyan tree, there is one leaf. And in that leaf, a very small boy, he was sat on that leaf, and he was glowing. And he was glowing like a dark blue sky. And he was smiling, that small baby boy. He was smiling and he was sucking his toe. And because of his glow, that baby boy was so much glowing. So there was the darkness is also vanished there. So seeing that, this Markandeya Muni, he was completely filled with joy. So after seeing this baby, the sage fear also vanished. And his heart was filled with very much peace. So then he started running towards that baby child. And he was wondering, who is this magical baby? So he just, Markandeya Muni just got close to him. As he go close to this baby, so the baby was breathing in. The moment the baby was breathing in, the sage was sucked into his body. And Markandeya Muni was very much shocked. So he got into this baby's body, and then Markandeya Muni saw that he saw the complete universe. He saw a lot of mountains inside, rivers, cities, stars. He saw so many animals. He saw so many people. He saw all kind of demigods. And he himself saw him. He was sitting and meditating there. And everything was just like before the flood. So he saw everything, and the moment this baby breathed out, and the Markandeya Muni, he fell back into the ocean. And now Markandeya Muni know that this baby boy is nothing else but the Lord Krishna. So he was very much overjoyed. And he started running towards that baby. he was trying to hug him and he was overjoyed. The moment he was trying towards Lord Krishna, that baby, and tried to hug him, Lord vanishes. Lord Krishna instantly disappeared. And then he saw this flood also vanishes. And this Markanda Muni, he found himself back into his hut. He was back into the hut and he was safe and dry. So through this pastime, what actually it matters to the devotee? What is the takeaway or lesson for the devotees? Is that Krishna is everything. So the baby actually held the whole universe in his tiny body. This proves that he is the source of everything. That's what this chapter number 10th, slok number 8 actually reveals. And the Maya is actually an illusion. See, normally we say ki these are all just not real, it's all trick. But actually, where we are existing, we are in the Maya, and Maya is actually the illusion. The real world is actually the spiritual world. So, Krishna actually created this kind of dream. He created this kind of dream. And this also teaches us that he actually, Krishna protect his devotees. So like we saw that in the flood, how actually only Markanda Muni, he survived, nobody else, because he was a great devotee. So we have to realize this, Krishna is our safe place, just like a banyan leaf, right? So, and then we saw that Markanda Muni, when this was happening, Markanda Muni, he just rushed towards Krishna to embrace him. So this is how actually devotee actually run towards God for his protection. So the simple lesson here is, when this whole world feels like complete dark and lonely, we remember Krishna. We have to actually not only in dark. Actually we are not realizing the whole world is a darkness, because we have seen this before, right? There are kleshas, janma mrityu jara vyadi. So in this janma mrityu jara vyadi, which is more painful, you think? Can you please tell? In these four kleshas, you know, so these kleshas are not that ki I'm not getting a proper living, or I'm not getting proper money or job or asset. These are not kleshas. The kleshas are janma mrityu jara vyadi. So out of these four, which is the more painful, the most painful out of this janma mrityu jara vyadi?
Mrityu, Prabhu.
Yes, correct. So actually, the death is the most painful. And when a something happened to us, we feel like, oh, I'm not able to bear this. But Mrityu is the most painful out of all this. So, as we remember Lord Krishna, he actually we have to take the shelter of him. So, then only we can actually get out of this painful cycle. What is this cycle? Cycle of birth and death. So, there is no other way. So, this Mata Sarva Pravartate. So what happened one day? So one may say, okay, these are the pastimes. So let's come back to some very near time event. We all know scientist Isaac Newton, right? So he was a great scientist. So we know that he has invented this, the law of gravity. So one day he built a very beautiful model of our solar system. So in his solar system he built, it was just a model, right? So he made a beautiful golden ball depicting as sun, and nearby all the small balls as planets. And he made a gear that made them orbit perfectly. So we have seen, right, how the sun and the all the small planets revolve around and they never collide. So all of them are like from years and millions years, they are revolving perfectly in their orbit. There is no collision. So Isaac Newton, he just built this kind of a similar model where this golden ball is the sun and small balls around are the planets. And he made the gears that made them revolve around it perfectly. And there was a atheist scientist who did not believe in God. He came to his house and he saw it and he was very much amazed. And he said, wow, this model is so perfect. Who made it? And Isaac Newton, he smiled and said, nobody else. It just appeared by himself. So hearing that, this atheist, he started laughing. And he was laughing and he's saying, Ki, that's silly. Such a smart design must have a maker. So Isaac Newton, he said, he after seeing my little model, you said this must have a maker. So when my small model must have some maker, then just you imagine this real universe with trillions and trillions of stars. Every day we see sun rising and sun setting. Every planet, everything is perfectly revolving. So do you think there is a no maker of it? So if you think this little toy need intelligence, then you just think about it, कि such a big universe, someone must be someone must be regulating it, someone must be the maker of it. There must be some very supreme intelligence. If you think me as a very brilliant, intelligent person, intelligent scientist, then there must be a supreme intelligent person who is actually maintaining this. So we have to understand this. So this intelligent scientist like Isaac Newton or you take Thomas Edison, they also were firm believer of God. What are we? They were like such a brilliant scientist. So many times we also see in the hospital when a person or a patient is very critical, right? Doctor try their best to save them, but at the end they also say it is in the hand of God. So we have to understand this. So there are many other very important things. So that's what we have to completely believe in this. Lord, what Lord is saying, He is saying that He is the source of all this spiritual and material. So actually, who can claim this? He is the supreme. Who is the supreme Lord? Because very often many people take some power from Lord, and we have seen many such pastimes in the past. May it be Kansa or Hiranyakashipu, right? They claim they are the supreme compared to Lord. And not only that, in present, in Kali Yuga also, there may be many Babas or Gurus. They claim that they are the supreme, they are the Lord. But so they can trick like this. We are in the Maya, they can always trick like this. And many people actually, they misbelieve that and they get trapped into that and they are cheated and they lose faith in Lord. That is how people go away from Lord. They don't believe in that. But in Bhagavad Gita, it is very clearly mentioned that anybody who claim all this should have 6 opulences. So Lord, we know that Lord Krishna showed his 6 opulences. So Sat Aishwarya also it is called as, right? So this Aishwarya, one of the 6 opulence is Aishwarya, nothing but wealth. So when we are talking about wealth, we are not talking about rich. Wealth is very much different from being rich. So what is Aishwarya wealth? One who has unlimited material and spiritual riches. All the universe and his treasure actually belongs to him. Who have all this universe and their treasure. So out of these 6 opulences, Lord have this one of them. Right? Then Virya. The second one is Virya, the strength. One who have the supreme strength. Like we have seen how Lord did his Leela by lifting Govardhan hill. So then the Yasha, the fame. So all these Veda and Purana, his glories are sung in all the world. Right? So the fame like that, not that who is very much famous in his city claims that I am the Lord, I am the powerful of everyone. So you see in all Vedas, if his glories are described there, and then the beauty, who is the most beautiful? So the Lord himself, right? We have seen the pastimes of the Ras Leela. So we saw that even Lord Shiva was actually illusion. So that kind of beauty Lord possesses. And then the knowledge. The fifth Aishwarya is the knowledge. The complete knowledge of everything, the material as well as the spiritual. So just if you take the Rishi like Markandeya, he also wanted to see his Maya. Even after knowing everything, having been such a great devotee, he also wanted to see. And in the past times of many places we have seen, everybody wanted to see the Lord's, may it be Virat Roop or his Maya Roop or whatever. So through that, we know that like whatever knowledge you possess, the knowledge that Lord have, hardly anybody can compare it. So he is having the every knowledge because, and in Kali Yuga, you see, yesterday what I have done or what I have eaten in my breakfast or lunch, hardly I am able to remember. And then the sixth opulence is Vairagya. Who can renounce like Lord? We have seen the example of how he left Vrindavan. So total detachment, where the gopis were like, gopas and gopis, they could not able to live without Lord. He used to get so much love and devotion from all his gopa gopis, all devotees. And being in that situation also, he is so much detached. He left Vrindavan. So if a person claims that he is Lord, he should have these six kind of opulences. Then only he can say that he is Lord. So Lord energy is unlimited, right? So we have seen how the sun is having unlimited energy. Today we are making this all electric chargers, and there is a competition, all this electric vehicle, right? How we can make them. So when initially they started, like few minutes, it was getting charged and discharged. But now they are trying to make it charge for hours and days. But can they make it like sun, unlimited energy without charging? Can they store water? Because now they are artificially making rain where there is drought. They are doing cloud burst and things like that. But instead of being good, it is so dangerous because how they can control the air? Let's say they make an artificial cloud. Finally, air come and instead of that particular place where the rain they want to drop, the cloud swept away somewhere else and flood happens. So how beautifully Lord is storing gallons of water in air in the form of cloud. Human, whatever advancement they can do, they cannot compare that kind of Aishwaryas. So this six kind of opulence, if somebody can demonstrate it, only then he can claim that he is the Lord of this universe. So we have to have a very firm belief on Lord and we have to get engaged. So that is what Lord is saying. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Mata sarva pravartate. Everything emanates from me and operates due to me. As we are seeing, we cannot control everything. Small things we can just make and control. So, iti matva bhajante mam. Those who know this engage in my devotion service. When we are confirmed about this, we get engaged into devotion service. And the moment we get engaged in this devotion service or we take shelter, Lord says, those are the people who are called as intelligent, not this philosopher or scientist. Only these kind of people who believe in engaging in my devotion service, they are the intelligent people. And when they lovingly worship me with their heart, not as a mechanical, but through their heart, when they lovingly worship me, then I give them my shelter and I pull them out of this cycle of Maya, from the cycle of this birth and death. So one who understands this, that is why this Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita is called as the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Only understanding these 4 shlokas, we can understand complete Bhagavad Gita. So that is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So any questions anybody want to ask or add anything?
Prabhuji, was that the only time that